Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at a figure that I quite honestly forgot had released. Yeah, this is the Black Hole Toys Brute Evolution quote-unquote 2.0, otherwise known as the official colour scheme for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah, Black Hole Toys released this and a Xeno Super Saiyan 4 not that long ago. I think I want to say the end of January, start of February. But yeah, absolutely no one's reviewed them, which is a bit of a shame. Black Hole Toys have kind of garnered this reputation of not having the greatest quality control, which is a shame because they do put a lot of effort into stuff. It's just, yeah, it doesn't always work out. But yeah, this one and the Xeno Super Saiyan 4 are pretty much a direct result of Demoniacal Fit releasing theirs. So yeah, they're trying to compete with that. But they did probably release it too late, to be completely honest with you. But there is still a chance, hence why I've got it to review. But yeah, if you do wish to purchase this guy by the end of the video, whether I've convinced you or not, I did get this from El Surprise wholesale store, or more closely, their partner store or their sister store, Treasures wholesale store. So yeah, the link will be in the description to purchase that if you so choose. But yeah, I did purchase this one with my own money. For some reason, I feel like I have to start clarifying that in every video. Seeing as how I am now partnered with El Surprise wholesale store. So yeah, I do really recommend them as a store. They are now the official partner store for most third-party Dragon Ball figures. So yeah, please give them a look. But yeah, first impressions of this guy, it's actually not too bad. Like, Black Hole Toys, like I said before, they've gained this kind of reputation of not having the best quality control. Their last Super Saiyan 4s were quite honestly like horrific in terms of quality control. This guy, which is their first release of the standard Super Saiyan 4, I like to call this the Game Colors version because it is pretty much. This reminds me of Budokai 3 and Budokai Tenkaichi in terms of the colour scheme. But yeah, the arms on this guy just pop off at the drop of a hat. And yeah, that happened after I tried to swap on the crossed arms. Hence why I don't like doing crossed arms. But yeah, the first releases weren't the best. We'll just say that and move on. But yeah, the first impressions on this guy are actually a lot better. Quality control has been tightened up. The joints, for the most part, are not loose but not tight either. They're just in that sweet spot. But yeah, let's get this guy off the turntable and take a look at the box. So, in terms of the box, we have quite literally seen this before. All Black Hole Toys have done is reuse the outer packaging for this release. It's the exact same as their first release, right down to the Demoniacal Fit trademark down the bottom, which yeah, Demoniacal Fit weren't too happy to see that. They put out a whole rant and rave about it. But yeah, we have Brute Evolution on the side. We have a lovely Dokkan Battle artwork there. That's from the Tech Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku. Looking very nice. Black Hole logo down the bottom. Some kanji that I can't read. I think it goes that way. And on the back we have Black Hole Toys and a nice silhouette of the STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, also from Dokkan Battle. Black Hole Toys seem to like their Dokkan artworks, which, I mean, fair enough, it does look good. And this time it actually matches, because it's the right colour scheme, and spoilers, we got another base. But yeah, I noticed down the bottom, it says exclusive on there, so I suppose that's how they're differentiating this from the original release, which is fair enough. But yeah, other than that, not really much to speak of. Just a sticker down the bottom, and apart from that, standard box. It got a little bit beaten up in shipping, but I can't really blame the store for that. It was really well packaged, so yeah, that's the shipping company. That's what we get for using every. But yeah, moving on to the accessories, of which he does actually have a fair amount. So, turns out I'm going to have to do this in two parts for the accessories, because there's just too much there. So we'll do the Super Saiyan 4 specific accessories first, and then we'll do the bonus head that comes with them, and also the Kamehameha, because that doesn't fit in here either. But yeah, the faces, I am happy to say, are much improved for the first batch. I think Black Hole Toys didn't really care too much about the standard heads the first time round, because they got, what was it? I think it might have been TK to do like the fancy heads for the windswept hair that came with that. But yeah, you couldn't use those with the standard head, which was a bit disappointing and a bit of an oversight. But yeah. But yeah, the faces, we have standard affair for Super Saiyan 4. We have, bring them closer to the camera so you can see. We have the stern face. Right there, that's better. Camera's having trouble focusing there. We have smirking face. Teeth gritted face, looking off to the side. That one's a bit rough, but not terrible. And finally, yelling face, which is actually pretty nicely done. I do quite like it. Obviously, I will be doing a part 2 to this video, just to show comparisons with like the official and Demoniacal Fit. I'll do a quick comparison at the end of this video from the figures themselves, but for the in-depth comparisons, that'll be part 2. So yeah, we get a crossed arm piece, which quite frankly I am terrified to try putting on this guy, because even though the quality control seems to have been much improved, I am not taking that chance. Super Saiyan 4 Goku's arms are not meant to be removed. We will just leave it at that. So yeah, comes with a bunch of hands, standard for Super Saiyan 4 again. So pair of fists, we get a pair of martial arts posy hands, pair of Ki Blast splayed open hands, pair of instant transmission or fusion dance style hands, pair of Kamehameha posy hands, and a pair of Kamehameha posy hands with the peg, because we obviously need that for the effect piece. So yeah, decent array of accessories for Super Saiyan 4. Let's take a look at the other parts. I thought I'd quickly show this off before moving on, just because it's unwieldy and it's very difficult to point at this angle. So yeah, standard ×10 Kamehameha in the red effect, quite nicely done. All the parts went in easy enough. Do enjoy that. We have loads of these at this point, if you've been collecting all the Super Saiyan 4s and such. So hey, I'll take it. It's another 3.0 Kamehameha. So yeah, really nice. Let's move on to the bonus head. So, as we all know, Black Hole Toys likes to package bonus accessories with their releases. And this one is a bit different. The GT version comes with this set. The Xeno version comes with a windswept variant, which is, yeah, a bit strange. I'm not entirely sure who made these. Usually the bonus accessories are made in collaboration with other companies, but they didn't actually mention who. But yeah, in terms of quality, I'll be honest, these are a bit off. I appreciate the fact that we get what is essentially well, I can't remember the name of it. My God, the Bardock head sculpt that I reviewed a couple of weeks back. DKO and Recustom, that's what it is. Yeah, this looks surprisingly similar to that, but it doesn't use the same sort of peg system. It actually uses a surprising peg system, which means certain heads are compatible with this. So yeah, I'll show that in the comparison section. But yeah, I'll show off in this as well, don't worry, but we'll do a full comparison later. But yeah, we've got 4 faces for this, and yeah, I'll be honest, they do look a bit off. The only one really that doesn't look off is the stern face, looking off to the side. Now, you will be wondering, why does he have battle damage? That's because these heads are based off these ones. The legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Sorry, the white balance is going a bit mental because of how light these faces are. But yeah, these are based off these. You can even see the sort of cat scratches in the same positions if you look closely enough. But yeah, that's partly why these look a bit off, because they're not meant for this kind of head. They've got a big forehead because it's meant to be hidden under the legendary Super Saiyan head. But yeah, this one's not too bad. I actually kind of like that one. The rest of them, though, are a bit, yeah. This one, I mean, it's not terrible. I think it's like the eyes look dead scrunched up because of the sheer size of the pupils on these. But yeah, we get the smirking face. You get the teeth gritted, which actually looks pretty decent. I do quite like it. The mouth is a bit sloppy in terms of the paintwork. And then there's this monstrosity. Yeah, the reason obviously it looks like that is because this isn't just a yelling face. This is based off the angry, like super angry face for legendary Super Saiyan. So yeah, for those of you who were curious, that is indeed where these faces come from. Like I said before, I will do an in-depth review in the comparison section in part 2. Yeah, you pop that off, and those just slot in like so. I have not tried this sculpt on any heads yet, but judging by that peg hole, I'm not holding out much hope. This is very hard plastic. This is probably either going to have to get drilled out or put into hot water to soften it up, because yeah, that ain't going anywhere. But yeah, the colour of the hair is almost a 1-for-1 to this one, if we bring that in. The sculpts are not the same. I have already checked. Completely different sculpts. But that's making me think this was maybe sculpted by Recustom, or something to that nature. But they just didn't want to give them this sculpt, so they made their own. But yeah, pretty decent, if I have to say so. Plus, if you have the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, you can forego all of those and literally just do that. And yeah, that looks pretty good to me. I quite like that. Yeah, really like that. Apologies about the white balance going off its head. It's just the fact that this hair is so bright. But yeah, really good to know. That gives people more options. But yeah, let's get this out of the way and take a look at the figure itself now, shall we? So, just quickly, before I go into this, I forgot about that, didn't I? the rock. Again, exact same sculpt that they used before, and the same sculpt that Demoniacal Fit had used. Only difference is Black Hole Toys put much deeper foot grooves in than Demoniacal Fit did. So yeah, this is also not been given any sort of wash. This is just purple plastic, which is a bit disappointing. Black Hole Toys' first release included a rock as well, but it had some really nice shading and stuff to it. This just seems to be like using like cracks and stuff to give the illusion of shading. So yeah, but I am happy to report that the feet fit nicely into it this time. They have reworked the holes. I would still recommend using a stand in combination with it though. So yeah, that is out of the way. So, taking a look at the figure itself, I'll be honest, the entire reason I got this guy was because I realised they're starting to go quite cheap. And I mean, like, I think I got this guy for 30 quid, which is an absolute steal. That's cheaper than even Demoniacal Fit were selling theirs for, which is unheard of. No one usually beats out Demoniacal Fit for price. But yeah, I thought that obviously the Demoniacal Fit one is flying off the shelves. It might not be in stock for very long, to be completely honest with you. So it's always good to have alternatives. This guy being one of those alternatives. But yeah, in a vacuum, it's actually a really decent figure. Like, I thought they were just going to repackage their old release and call it a day, but no, they've made some changes and alterations to it. The main one being the feet. Now, they look a bit different out of the corner of your eye. That is because if I bring in the official one has a Demoniacal Fit face on it, by the way. They changed up the legs. And if we put them side by side, the Black Hole Toys one does have a slight height increase on the official. Another noticeable difference is the belt is not loose and floppy like it is on the official one. So yeah, some decent changes. I believe if I also bring in the Demoniacal Fit version, yeah, they are pretty much the same height. Demoniacal Fit one still has a little bit of height on it, but I can see what Black Hole Toys were doing. Yeah, they were basically trying to copy Demoniacal Fit's height increase, only they'd done it a different way. They give him higher socks instead of extending the lower legs, which, I mean, both ways work just fine, but it is good to know that they actually bothered to do that. Didn't expect them to, because they already had the mould sitting from their original version. One thing I did always like about Black Hole Toys Super Saiyan 4 is this. The ab section is actually more noticeable in this bottom part compared to the official one, which is really nice, really appreciated. But yeah, detail wise, it's pretty decent. Like, I do have to say, it's not on par with the official or with the Demoniacal Fits. I'll just be blunt right there. Plus, I do have a bit of a defect on that stomach section. You can see those two little almost cracks there. Looks like not enough plastic was injected into the mould, so I've ended up with a hollow part, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, for the price it's currently going for, like, I can't really fault it that much. Like, honestly, details are really nice. The waist section also looks a bit sloppy. It almost looks as if it's been painted instead of being like the plastic colour. Not entirely sure what's going on there. So yeah, but I'm really happy to announce that this guy, like, he's decent. I am impressed. I really am. Like, Black Hole Toys coming back from the brink, it seems. But yeah, moving on to articulation. The head is standard Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so you can look up that much. These hair pieces do move in and out, as does the back, to give it a better look. The joints are all really, really nice. They are not super tight, but they are not loose either. They work really, really well. Neck-wise, can go all the way around. Lots of pivot. Can go forward and back. The neck itself does move, but it's a little bit finicky. Let's see. Looks like the peg system for the hair just came out instead. So it looks like they forgot to glue that. But yeah, neck itself does move. It's a little bit on the tight side. So it does move though, just fine. Just be a bit careful with it. I'm going to have to pop this apart to put it back in. Yeah, so that just, yeah, that pops in just fine. Probably shouldn't be doing that at all, but I mean, it happened. So pop the head back in. Head goes in really nicely. And then front here. There we go. So yeah, head and neck is decent. Arms can go up that far. They can swivel all round. 3.0 style. Well, I say style. This was one of the figures that started this new trend of 3.0. Butterfly joint gets really good range. Can go across his chest like so. The actual section is a little bit finicky, but that's the same on the official and the Demoniacal Fit as well. So yeah, butterfly bicep swivel goes that way. A little bit squeaky, but not tight by any means. Double joint at the elbows, ball hinge at the wrist, abs. Nope, popped his waist off. Can go back that far, forward that far. Lots of tilt and pivot. Swivel at the waist. Legs can go up that far. Quite nice. Can't go back any because of the butt flap. They can, that's a little bit restricted. You can go out about that far in terms of the legs. Legs are seeming like tolerances are a bit off. Let me just bring in the Demoniacal Fit for a quick example. Yeah, Demoniacal Fits can do the perfect splits. Okay then. So yeah, Black Hole Toys tolerances not quite as good, but then I did see that already. Demoniacal Fit now refusing to stand. Thank you. Thigh rotation. The tail is on a ball hinge, so you can get that into some decent ranges. Double joint at the knee. For some reason, there is a bit of a curve at the knee instead of being like straight up and down. That is the exact same, I don't want to call it an issue, but it's the exact same thing the Tons and Art Toys Trunks has had. And we all know that Black Hole Toys were responsible for the Tons and Art Toys figures. So yeah. Feet. The top of the feet doesn't move, but the bottom does. We have a ball hinge in here. So swivel. Doesn't really go up any. I think it's because this is a unique sculpt compared to standard. Can go back a decent amount though. Ankle pivot goes that far. And then some nice toe articulation. So yeah, all in all, decent enough. There are little issues here and there. Excuse me. But yeah, it's not terrible, especially for the price they're currently going at. So yeah, I'd definitely say it makes a decent alternative. If we quickly bring in the official and the Demoniacal Fit ones, for example. There we go. So Demoniacal Fit on the right, official one on the left, and Black Hole Toys in the middle. So yeah, in terms of quality, like plastic quality wise, give it to the official. That's just a given. A very, very, very close second is the Demoniacal Fit one. Plus you get the added height with Demoniacal Fit. And then Black Hole Toys with the booby prize of 3rd. But that is not to say it's a bad figure. It's still far better quality than you would get from a cheap bootleg. But yeah, you can see right here in this quick comparison, the Demoniacal Fit one uses the same sort of plastic quality as the official in terms of pretty much everything. Black Hole Toys is a little bit different, a little bit worse. The legs, for example, don't look quite as premium as these two. So yeah, but at the end of the day, this guy is currently going for nearly 100 quid, the official one, and the Demoniacal Fit one is quickly selling out mostly everywhere. So yeah, at the end of the day, guys, it is totally up to yourselves. If you are needing a cheap replacement GT Goku, this would probably be the way I would recommend you go. If you want a good quality one, I would probably go with Demoniacal Fit. So yeah, if I can find links for the Demoniacal Fit one, I will add them to the description. Otherwise, the link will be in the description for this guy if you do wish to purchase it. So yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review. I'll see you in part 2, where I attempt to put on that Super Saiyan head onto some bodies and also compare the faces between the official Demoniacal Fit and Black Hole Toys. So yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review. Leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Comment down below. What do you think is the best version to get? And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.